Hey everybody, this is Timby and I'm back with another Transformers video review. This time I have Transformers Generations Arcee, and once again this is the thrilling 30 wave that comes along with a comic book. So you can see right here Arcee with her various weapons and then her figure, and you can see a picture of her alt mode, and it's actually they're making a car. So over 30 years they finally made a actually it's been less than that, because in the movie Hasbro's actually made a car version of Arcee. So finally. So looking at the back real quick, you can see there's her bio right there, and there's some pictures of her in robot and in her Cybertronian cruiser mode, and then you have her tech specs right here. Right, and then these are some other figures that were in some of the other waves. This was in a later wave, and this was in the last wave of figures. So, alright, so let's go ahead and get her out of her package and check her out. Alright, so here I have Arcee out of the box and in her vehicle mode. So other than comic books and her instructions, inside her package she also has an assortment of different types of weapons, or just different weapons. She has two of these energy blades. There's one of them right here. And she has a larger type blaster thing and a smaller little pistol. And these can be attached to her in various ways. If you take a look at the car, you can see these little squared type holes in there. She has, so you can see there's one right there, and there's one right there, and then even underneath her, she has two right here, which are really weird because I haven't figured out a way to really utilize these either in her car mode or in her robot form. There's really, you can do this, but then there's no clearance. It doesn't make any sense. Like, the most that you can really do is you can take these and put the swords here on the side, and then you can take her little guns and you can then place them on the top as kind of an attack mode. She looks almost kind of purple in my video and my camera. I assure you, she is very pink. And then for storage, you can actually store these guns. So the larger one goes right here, and then the smaller one, you can actually take it because whenever you're in her alt mode, her arms really don't clip into anything. So what you can actually do is you can take this gun, and there's a hole right here, and you can take and push the gun down in there, in that hole, and then you can have her grab the clips that hang out of the side of it. And then she has something that'll actually, I don't know what I just did. I don't know what snapped. Very strange. So then she has something to grab so that her arms aren't flopping around. So I'll just put those off to the side. So taking a look at the vehicle, it's nice pink, nice Autobot logo here with your transparent blue windshield and some paint apps right here for her headlights and front grille. And then underneath you can see all kinds of robot parts, but you want to keep yourself on top so that you don't have that. And there's even a steering wheel inside the driving portion of the car. I guess let's go ahead and go on to transformation. So we're going to remove the weapons. The only problem with sticking this gun in right here is that it's very hard to remove. It stays in there fairly well. You got to grab the two sides of that kind of clip thing and then pull out. And the first few times that I did it, it was really quite hard to do that. So what you want to do is, you see the seam right here? There's a seam right here. You want to take and you want to pop that up, because there's that tab and it clips into here, and that keeps everything kind of clipped together. So you want to pull that up, and then you want to take these feet and you want to rotate them down at this hip portion right here. And whenever you clip the feet up, you're going to see this portion right here and then a little wall right here, and you would push that in between there and it clips and keeps it together. So flip that down. You want to take this, flip this up, and that's like her little abdomen, and then the chest area. You want to clip these pieces, and it flips down like that. You see that? And then you want to take, raise it up just a little bit, and take this portion. You know what? And it's on a double type of hinge so that it then swings down. And then you want to swing the arms down like that, and then you see this little loop section right here, and that goes over the shoulders. And then once you have that over the shoulders, then you have a peg right here, and then a hole in the inside of the chest. Take and peg that together, and then you have another tab right here on the back of the neck. It taps into there. And then you want to take this portion and you want to rotate the hips in, rotate the feet up, and then forgot to flip this section in. It gets flipped in like that. That goes on the back. Everything is then good for Arcee in her robot mode. So, alright, so now she has her weapons, and like before, there's various ways that you can attach them. You can actually take the guns and you can kind of holster them onto the side of her legs like this. Or you can actually take these and you can attach them to the arms like this as kind of cutting blades. Or you can actually, sometimes you can hold them like this. It's not really long enough, but she's supposed to be able to hold them like this. Then it's supposed to be like a little gun, or she can hold them as swords. And you'll notice that mine go all the way down in there, and the reason that they do, she is the open fist version of it. There's two versions. There's a closed fist and an open fist, and usually the open fist will have, on the hand, will have a ridge right here, and I've actually gone and cut that ridge out. Some people thought that maybe by cutting that ridge out, it makes this portion right here kind of structurally weak, or I haven't found that to be the case with mine. It works just fine. The reason I cut that out was because some people were taking the weapons and forcing them down into there, and it was actually putting stress on the thumb and breaking the thumbs off. So I went ahead and cut those off, and so now instead of having a gun that would be held like that, I can actually push it all the way down into her hand, and she can hold it properly. The same with this gun right here. You know, normally it would go to about there, and she would hold it like that, which looks very retarded. And with cutting that out, you can then slide the gun all the way down, and then it looks kind of normal. It doesn't look like doesn't know how to hold a gun. So you can also take and you can mount these here or wherever. You know, you can't really mount them here, and then there's still no way to mount anything on there. Maybe you can. That's still not enough clearance, even if you mount them like that. The guns. I don't understand why they did that. As I said on the opening with the packaging and stuff, this is the very first time that they've released Arcee, or that Hasbro has released Arcee without it being without her being a bike. Instead, now she's her kind of G1 counterpart, where she was a Cybertronian car, which is really nice. And you know, it took them a long time to finally do it, but they did. For the most part, she was worth the wait. There are some parts that I don't really care for, mainly in the hip area. She kind of looks weirdly deformed because of the way that the transformation works, and then the way that the chest is all squared right here. But I understand that that's for transformation, and her original G1 counterpart kind of had the square chest also. Let's go ahead and get into articulation real quick. Her head is on a ball joint, so she can look up, she can look down. There is light piping in there. I don't know if you can see it. And then we go to the arms, to the shoulders. She has ball joint there, so you can go forward, you can go back. It's kind of hindered from the backpack. Then you can go out. There is a twist right underneath that. Then you have a ratcheting elbow joint. And there's nothing in the hands. Then you come down here, nothing in the waist. Then you have the hips. You can move the leg forward. You could move it back, but it gets hindered from the backpack. And then it feels like whenever you push it out, it also pushes out the chest or the hips. This little portion right here. Then there is a cut right above the knee so that you can turn the legs. Then there is the knee joint right here. And then there is a ankle joint in which you can pivot up and down. So once again, I want to thank Hasbro for finally giving us a G1 accurate Arcee, even though it took them forever to finally make it. Thank you. And with that, I'll go ahead and conclude this review. Don't forget to check out my other videos, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. This has been Tambioda, and I'll see you next time.